Yes, good morning everyone. This is Plains and Felix and I welcome you to Kenya News Alert TV Morning Tea Show. Here with me, I am with my sister and I would like her to introduce herself as we proceed. Can you please come on and introduce yourself?
No, I want to introduce you.
No. No.
Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing? I hope your night was so good, was so fantastic. Mine too, it was so good, so fine. Welcome to the morning tea show. Jamani, karibuni sana, nimewamiss. Actually, stay tuned until the end of the day. Tuko hapa sisi, mimi ni wenu Tilda na usiboeke. Ingia hapa tusaidiane mambo ya nini? Hii mambo ya serikali. Haya, tukipitia kwa magazeti mbio bila kupoteza muda. There is something that is happening. Kuna hapa nani? Sudan Kusini yakemea vikali uvumi kwamba Rais Salva Kiir amefariki. Tuingia hapo mbio. Wizara ya masuala ya kigeni na uhusiano wa ndani wa Sudan Kusini jana ilikanusha vikali kwamba Rais Salva Kiir Mayardit ameaga dunia. Ilisema kuwa taarifa hizo zilikuwa zilizolenga kuhakikisha taifa hilo changa zaidi Afrika linakosa udhabiti. Uvumi kuhusu kile kilichodaiwa kuwa mauti ya Kiir ulienea mno mtandaoni, hasa wakati huu ambapo Sudan Kusini imekuwa ikikumbwa na msukosuko ya kivita. Mheshimiwa Rais Salva Kiir Mayardit yu hai, ni mzima na anashughulika sana na masuala ya nchi. By the way, hivi vitu ya kutrend mtu amefariki, what always happen? Actually ndio waanze kusema mtu amekufa. And this is a very big person that you can't just come and say ati president nani amekufa. We, you know, you can get arrested for a very long time. Haya, tuende kwa ya Kenya yetu hapa. Malala Linturi mwadhi miongoni mwa watakao msaidia Rigathi kusikiza ground. Aliyekuwa katibu mkuu wa United Democratic Alliance UDA Cleophas Malala na aliyekuwa waziri wa kilimo Mathika Linturi ni miongoni mwa wale waliotajwa kama viongozi wapya chama cha Democratic for Citizen Party DCP chake aliyekuwa naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua. Akisoma majina ya viongozi wa muda wa chama hicho Alhamisi jijini Nairobi, Bwana Gachagua alisema Bwana Malala ndiye atahudumu kama naibu kiongozi wa chama hicho, huku Bwana Linturi akihudumu kama katibu mratibu. Bwana Linturi ambaye aliwania ugavana wa Meru mwaka 2022 kwa tiketi ya UDA alijiuzulu rasmi kutoka chama hicho Jumatano wiki hii. Wadhifa wa mwenyekiti wa kitaifa ulimwendea David Mangati Paseina kutoka Kajiado, huku aliyekuwa mbunge wa Limuru Peter Mwadhi alitajwa kama naibu wake atakayehusika mikakatini. Katibu mkuu ni Hezron Obaga kutoka kaunti ya Kisii, huku naibu wake akiwa wanasiasa wa Narok Kaskazini Martin Ole Kamwaro. Aliyekuwa mbunge mwakilishi wa kike wa Laikipia Catherine Warugu Guru. Waru Guru. Hey, kuna majina duniani jamani. Alitajwa kama kiongozi wa kitaifa wa akina mama huku aliyekuwa mbunge wa Starehe Maina Kamanda aliteuliwa kuwa mwenyekiti wa jopo la watu mashuhuri. Naye mweka hazina wa chama hicho ni Anna Kavu Mutua kutoka Machakos. Majina ya viongozi hao wa muda wa chama chetu cha Democratic for Citizen Party tayari yamewasilishwa kwa afisi ya msajili wa vyama vya kisiasa. Bwana Gachagua akasema, ukisema sana pia, let's just tell our people, mwende wapi? Magazetini kwenye Taifa Leo mtapata habari ambazo ziko pale. Ilhali mimi nitaweza kuambia hivi, we should stop weneza mambo ambayo si ya kweli. You can't just ufanye mtu wa trend amekufa na hajakufa. A person is still breathing. A person is still kicking, live and kicking.
What is the main reason behind those things though? What is their aim? When somebody, is he chasing clout?
These people are chasing clout by the way. Utasemaje mtu amefariki na hajafariki? Yuko. Kwanza ni president. South Sudan, si ile ilifunguliwa tu juzi ikipewa nini president, the time they were fighting that they want their own president. And why do people spread these rumors actually every time you say somebody is dead and somebody is not dead? Yeah, it's not okay. Wachini kuzika mtu akiwa hai tafadhali, please. Hata akuwe amewakosea nini, amefanya nini, just leave him. Wachini Mungu afanye kazi yake. Unajua, sometimes I always see like people we are putting ourselves, or we are trying to fit in the space of God, and which we cannot. Which we cannot kabisa. So guys, eneni pale magazetini Taifa Leo, hapo kwenye gazeti la Taifa Leo mtaweza kujua mengi na kuelewa ni nini kinachoendelea hapa. Tuseme tu Kenya, tuseme in the whole world, because this one you see is for the Southern Sudan and it has come kwa Taifa Leo. So I will throw it back to my brother Felix to introduce our today's topic as we proceed.
Thank you so much. Yesterday, truly, we saw Rigathi Gachagua shining with his new colors, new logo, new aspects, new manifestos, and new promises. He was trying to notify Kenya and to inform them that he is now one of the soldiers who have got, their own organizations to conquer 2 or more. Whatever you may need, you understand. Yes, of course, to conquer 2 or more issues that they know that inaka some of the inaka nini kwa government, yani kwa nchi ya Kenya, threat to development. Yes, threat to cheaper living standards, threat to normal mwananchi. They want to conquer those challenges. They want to gun them down. Amekuja na timu yake. What can you really say about that?
Tulisema kuanzia jana, that's so good, that's so better. Let's say like we Kenyans, we accept you, and that's why we received you. But we didn't like what happened, actually. That's so wrong and that's so bad. And you don't know why it always happens every time when this Rigathi Gachagua akiwa na meetings zake kila mahali popote. I don't know why. But that's so good for you, Rigathi Gachagua, for making your own party, which is discipline. Welcome to the ground. Venye umesema karibu, unasikiza ground, karibu sana. we are now focusing to look in what you will do. But right now, what we want you to do, try to do something that will convince the Kenyans that you are coming, or you with your group, you are coming to make sure that Kenya is not the same again. Make sure that you are coming to make the Kenyans understand or know who they are. Because right now hata mtu anajiuliza kwani sisi ni nani ama sisi ni akina nani, because the economy is too high. The life is not our lives again. People are losing their lives just evil to abductions, tutaki kusikia anymore. If you know you are coming to make sure that these things all are going to zitaisha hivyo kabisa, na tusahau tulikuwa na kama vitu kama abduction, watu wamepata justice, wale walifiwa, wale watoto wao walipotea. You should sit and I think look on this.
Yeah, of course. At some point, it is a political, not only political. It is well known that everybody has got his own or her own rights to start up a political party, as long as this political party is not entailing some of the individuals who are off spirit. Yes, those people who could at some point bring chaos, who could plan. Gangs who could plan at some point those things that can bring a very negative effect to the country, whereby at some point just like, for example, planning terrorism, planning those bad gangs that at some point could lead to robbery and violence, that could lead to maybe deaths of innocent people and other things. Any other organization that can be negative, mostly to the society. Those gangs that can be a threat to the public. Everybody has got the right to start a political party. Yes? So Gachagua yesterday did it, but it was a little bit confusing when chaos erupted there and people were injured. My friend told me that he could see, or he saw somebody who was injured badly, bleeding. Yes? Mm-hmm. But alisaidiwa akakimbishwa hospitali. Why do really, at some point, why are we allowing shedding blood when it comes to things that are understandable, things that are not harmful? Why do we really have that nature and motivation to bring chaos, to bring insecurity in our society? Here with us, Kipchumba Murkomen responds to chaos at Gachagua's party lounge. They were promised money. Yes? Hivyo ndio watu wanasema that those goons who could be there, maybe they could not go there because because of their own interest, but maybe they were promised money. So the interior CS, Kipchumba Murkomen, blamed Rigathi Gachagua's team for failing to notify police ahead of Democracy for Citizen political party launch. You know, at some point it could lead to gunshots and chaos to erupt shortly after the event in Nairobi, with journalists also caught in the fray. So according to Murkomen investigation point, internal disputes over unpaid support allowances as the cause of the commotion. But why do we allow these things to happen? Mm-hmm. Why do we really allow these things to happen? Yes? Does it mean that we can't do anything peacefully and at some point with full satisfactory that we are going to come up with a common goal, but chaos, bloodshed? Do you really feel good when you see your friend shedding blood? Yes, of course, no death was reported, But
it's just one person who was hurt, and was that person. I think nimekuwa nikisikiza hapo wanasema ni one bodyguard of the impeached former deputy president, ndio alishikwa na akapigwa vibaya kabisa. So I think it's that one who was bleeding and badly injured. And if you see that video, the way those people are doing, I don't know what always happened to this to the Kenyans. Huh? I did not hear anywhere mali kulitajwa mambo ya do kwa hiyo meeting yao. There's nowhere that it was planned that kutakuwa na pesa. You Kenyans yourself, you're saying Rigathi hana do. But you are going there bringing chaos because hajawapea pesa, mnataka pesa. Mnataka azitoe wapi kama mnajua hana. Yeah? And this is just a normal Kenyan who is coming to form a party that will make the country move. Ni watu wanakuja wanasema wakakuja kusikiza ground. But you are going there attacking. Why do you like attacking Gachagua, by the way? Gachagua everywhere anaenda kunakuwa na vitu mbaya sana. Last time it was in the church. People were hurt. Kids, old people, pregnant women.
You see, the interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen is blaming Rigathi Gachagua.
Why is he blaming him?
For his failing to inform police of party launch. Now I'm asking this. Truly, if he did not report, yes, must these people use that advantage to bring him down? Another thing, what is the reason behind not reporting?
You know, let me tell you, Felix. Hivi vitu sio waje tuseme tu uwezi elewa labda understand. Why do I say this? Let me say this. If you hear, after launching the party yesterday, I think Malala went to NTV and he spoke there why this chaos was happening. He said he knew, the police knew. They reported before launching the party. They reported before, everything was organized. Yeah? Police knew. But up to that time that he was there, hakuna hata polisi mwenye amekaa amekuja ameuliza kwani Rigathi Gachagua ako aje, watu wako aje, we heard that you were attacked, goons were here, what happened and what was wrong. Police are being informed, but I think kuna wale they just sit and wanakumbuka boss wetu ni nani, boss wetu ni Ruto. Okay. Akisema tuende tutaenda, akisema tusienda tuendi. Let's not just take tusichukue tu mtu mmoja ndio tunamsikiza na tuwezi sikiza wengine. The police, you are there to work for everyone. You are there to cater security for every Kenyan. You can't wenye naona vitu zinaenda sahi Kenya, like police mnabagua who to go and guard and who not to go and guard, and which is not right. You have to make this thing, you have to equalize. Mi nahitaji security, president anahitaji security, the other leaders need security, everybody needs security. That's why you are there. Huh? Why do you allow things to, hata akipigia general of SAP amwambie I'll be launching nini, but Murkomen is coming telling us that I was not informed. I did not know even there is a party being formed, launched somewhere. Yeah? Ati ni makosa sana kutofahamisha serikali ama kutofahamisha askari ama, my friend, mnataka mfahamishwaje? Mnataka mfahamishwaje jamani? Because you know these things are just like for everybody. You are for everybody. Kila mtu anahitaji security. Si ati usikize huyu anasema huyu anataka security mnaenda. Huyu akitaka ampeani, alafu mnakuja mna assume like you didn't know. These things were vitu zilianza kutajwa kitambo. Alafu before even they know even where they are going to to launch the party, mnaambiwa tutakuwa mahali fulani, tutakuwa tuna launch the party. Itakuwa ni Rigathi, Gachagua na watu wake na the group. But you assume ati hamjui na mnajua. Sometimes listen to everyone. Don't just listen to one person. We know it's your boss. We know. You know there is somebody who said, I don't know. Huyu mwenye alikuwa I don't know.
Nani?
Justin Muturi. Yes.
Amefanya nini?
Mwenye alikuwa anasema, anaongelea mambo ya abduction, akisema Ruto should be impeached. Ruto even should just resign and get out of the office.
Anyway,
you know,
Prince X Junior anatusalimia. Good morning guys. Prince X Junior, wherever you are greeting us from, good morning to you too.
Good morning and welcome to the show.
We are good if you are good. Where is Zulfa? Zulfa is not around. Zulfa alipata ka break kidogo because of health issues, but she'll be okay and join us soon. Brian Koech Brian anasalimiana. Good morning. Good morning to you too, Brian Koech. Welcome to Kenya News Alert Morning Tea Show. I would like at some point to allow the producer and give him the chance to play for us that footage that could give us the information and at least understand the speech that this guy could share before the audience. Yes? So, producer,
do your thing.
Yes.
Principles of democracy. And in democracy, as a national security team, we believe that the stability of our country is based on having a working democracy that allows everybody to exercise their political rights free from interference. And our National Police Service carrying out proper investigations to see what exactly happened when those political leaders were launching their own party. Unfortunately, as I have inquired from the National Police Service, there is no indication that the National Police Service were notified about this meeting so that they can provide proper security. Preliminary also investigation indicate that some of the supporters who were invited to come for this function were expecting to be paid some amount, and as a result of fighting over those resources, there was a melee which unfortunately led to some kind of a stampede. And unfortunately, we hear that some of the journalists who were there to cover the event were also caught in the melee, and some people in civilian clothes drew their guns and then they fired on the air. So investigations will go on to establish who exactly they were, why they did what they did. But what is of significance to us is that we would like to ask all leaders, regardless of their political affiliations, to first of all seek the services of National Police Service when they're having public events, just to secure and protect the public. Number two is that even where they are paying their supporters, because it's allowed by law, they should be able to do it in an organized manner, in a manner that's not going to cause a stampede, and perhaps organize their supporters in a better manner, because we have seen in the past that when supporters are fighting over money and other resources, they cause a problem. Otherwise, everybody has their right to exercise their political rights. I did not know there was somebody who was launching a party today. It's until you asked me this question in relation to this situation. And when I inquired, I was told there were a group of people who were launching a party. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware. But the report that has come from National Police Service is that the fight was around the resources the supporters were expecting, and the absence of proper coverage by the police because there was no proper notification about this public event. Nobody knew it. I didn't know it, and the National Police Service were not notified. So, and in going forward, all political actors, regardless of their political affiliations, should notify the National Police Service about public events so that we can give proper security and proper coverage.
Yes, I think that was the information behind Kipchumba Murkomen. Seriously saying that he was not informed. In fact, the security was not informed. Do you really think Rigathi Gachagua could do that without security being informed?
Even if you look him in the face, the way he's just speaking, he knows is the lie. I didn't know this as someone who was launching a party until you asked me. Ana mtoto wa 5 years alishajua nani atakuwa na launch nini party yake, lakini wewe you don't know. Unajua kuna those people who can try to hide themselves in a certain lie that you can see this person is lying. Unaangalia tu unajua ukweli huyu mtu ni muongo, anadanganya. How? And the whole country knew. How comes wewe hukujua? I'm meaning that you never watch news. Yeah. Wewe uko tu. That's why Jugush anafanya ile kitu yenye nafaa wafanyie. Like now everyone is one time. Mnabadilisha walimu, mkibadilisha walimu. But if you want to listen for that, you go angalia hapo Jugush vitu alifanya kwa hapo kwa nini? Kwa one term. Hiyo kitu ya one term, you know, it's trending so much. Wenye ameifanya, maybe uko you know how to understand things, utaelewa ni what ana mean. But it's a one term, no second term. Because kama umeshindwa kufanya kazi the one term, unataka uende ufanye nini kwa second term? Sinafaa ngangane one term umalize kazi yenyewe kwa one term ndio uende second term. Na kubadilisha, but we know the things that happen in the government right now. Murkomen amewekwa hapo lini? How many times visa zinafanyika akiwa tu hapo? Alafu anasema I didn't know, oh there is this, there is that, we were not informed. That's why I always say this country is in a very big lie, in a very big hole. Kila kitu nyinyi amwambiwangi, kila kitu nyinyi amjui. Why do you hate some people so much? Why can't you just listen to this person? He's a Kenyan. Sim Egyptian, sim Somalia, sim Sudan, He's a Kenyan. Mbona akiuliza security ampati? Alafu, when something goes down, you come and say, we didn't know, we were not informed, the police, Actually, guys, this is not good. Si vizuri kabisa. You have to respect everyone. Every Kenyan should be respected. Security inahitajika kwa kila mtu. Aya, Felix, nani amesema hakujua there's somebody who was launching a party. Kwanza naiongea kimadharau sana. I didn't know that somebody who was launching a party. If you listen to Cleophas Malala, is the deputy of the DCP now. Anasema vizuri, we informed the police and we told them that we will be launching a party in Lavington in a place so and so and so. Alafu mwingine anakuja anatuambia hivi. So by the way, utasikiza wapi uache wapi, utafuata gani ni ukweli gani ni uongo. Kwa sababu kila mtu anataka kuonekana yeye ni mzuri. Hakuna ule mtu anataka kuonekana ati yeye ni mbaya. Murkomen, let me tell you, sometimes I always see that you are failing. On the part of security, you are failing as kabisa. You are failing. Mtu atakuwa alikuwa impeached. Sawa? Hatujakata alikuwa impeached. So, yeah, of course. Why can't you just give him security to do whatever he wants to do? Ama nyinyi mnapenda watu wakimwaga damu? Mnapenda watu wakikufa? Mnapenda watu wakiumia? You like just seeing chaos. Kenya is known because of chaos. Si zile hata chaos za maana za kusema ati chaos, dying people, hurt people, damu, yani vitu zinafanyika ambazo hata havieleweki saa zingine. Like this man was just there launching his DCP party in a peaceful way, hakuchokoza mtu hapo. Alafu anaenda kutoka, you are blocking him. What do you want? Yani mkiona tu mheshimiwa wote ni do, na mmeamua ni do, watu watoe do. It was not a campaign. It was a party launching. Yeah? So, mnakosa kumpea security, mnakuja mnatuambia hamkujua, hata unajua sasa hiyo ukiulizwa maswali like seriously? Do you know what you are doing in your office? Do you know? Actually kama haujui na do nini. But you have to know you have to work. Hii mambo sasa ya reshuffle. HFG, I know you are on the way coming. Hii mambo ya reshuffle imesumbua watu. People does not understand what they supposed to do. They don't know what they supposed to do in their offices. Because mnabadilisha, unawekwa huku, unarudishwa huku, unawekwa huku, unarudishwa huku. Auelewi, before catch up na hapa ushatolewa umeweka huku. Before catch up ushatolewa umeweka huku. Why? Amuelewi, before hata mshikanishe rada ya security na kuanga aje, ushatolewa hapo umeenda, mwingine ameletwa hata elewi, watu wanakufa ovyo ovyo, wanakuwa abducted ovyo ovyo, no security even to the coming politicians. Kila mtu anafaa kuwa na security yake mzuri sana. Why Kenyans kila siku tutakuwa tunalia mambo ya security?
Why Kenyans?
And
why mostly the part of Rigathi Gachagua? I remember there was a time when he was attending a church service.
Yeah.
Wakapariwa nafasi ya kuzungumza. Najua Tilda nimekusikiza sana na nimetulia, at least uongee kwanza, so that at least some individuals could understand you also. I remember they could at some point be attacked by unknown individuals. Wanashtukia vurugu ndo hiyo
ni inakuanga tu goons.
Sasa unashtuka, what is really happening? Yes? Okay, let me tell you this. Everything was put on social media at some point, and the media also could share the information that yesterday Rigathi Gachagua had a party launch. Does it mean that the police could not maybe go against it before yesterday when they saw it on social media? Why did does it mean that they never knew, even they never had any commotion that there's something which is going to happen, so that they can at some point, if they are going to prevent it, they prevent it. If they are going to arrest some of the individuals, they arrested them. Why are they waiting until some chaos are rising? That will be the moment they are going to report, to give a response that they were not reported. I support you, Murkomen, but there is a big question there. At least you will need to work on, because at some point you cannot convince Kenyans by saying that you are not reported, and everything was on social media. This is something even the government, I'm very sure, was aware. You were to send police officers there to prevent them. To prevent them, not to conduct that exercise until they confirm from you. We saw a police officer there trying to disrupt people. At what time did he arrive there if they were not informed? Because at some point we do see police delaying to arrive where there is chaos. Police mwenye alikuwa alifika aje huko mapema hivyo sana. Yes, Na kama alikuwa hapo hivyo kuanzia kitambo, how did he...
Alipewa order na nani?
How did he manage to be there with whose order? Have you seen some of the questions that I'm also questioning myself, Tilda?
Yeah. Even you know Kenyans have those questions too. Because mwezi kuja tu mtu ambie ati hamjui chama ilikuwa inalaunchiwa. How? Aje sasa? Meaning that the government mkona jokes, walai bilai. Mkona jokes zingine mbaya sana. And you have to work on it. Usituambie that you are coming the second term so that you can finish. Unajua, by the way, I'm seeing it. Time ya campaign, mtakuwa mnasikia Ruto akiwaambia. Sasa tulikuwa tumeanzisha miradi, tumetenga pesa fulani, mabilioni, barabara sijui ya wapi ijaisha, barabara ya wapi ijaisha, soko sijui ya wapi, nini ya wapi, tulikuwa tunajenga madarasa, hatujamaliza, sasa mnipe another term so that I can complete my... If you were to give people or the presidents or the MPs or the whatever another term, tungekuwa tumewapea like 1, 2, 3 because ndio juu ya kumaliza miradi ambazo wamekuwa wakitenga na kutumia pesa ambazo wameweka. The more we put you there, the more we elect you, the more we give you this chance, is the more you misuse it. Is the more you misuse this time. Sasa mbona haya, you had just good 5 years. Your work has just been launching the kuzindua miradi. There's nothing you've done. There's nothing that is complete. I was told by somebody, you know, hakuna mtu mwenye ata-impeach Ruto, hakuna mtu mwenye atatoa Ruto kwa kiti. Ruto is just there. Na nikamuuliza, wewe unaona ni kwa nini? You know what she told me is, if Ruto has taken all creative people, all genius people, all smart people, amewaeka kwenye mfuko. Do you think there is somebody who will come here and say that Ruto is going home na ikuwe ni hivyo ni hivyo? It will be so difficult for us to take this man out of the office. Kama ndio hizi vitu ni government yake tu. Rigathi, yes, mlikosana na Rigathi, but why can't you just allow the security to go and lead him? Or do you want him to die? Or what's wrong? What's happening? Why don't we just cater security for everyone? It doesn't matter who you are. Hata mimi nafaa nikiwa na shida, nione kuna shida mahali, niitishe security, I should be given. Kwani itachukua nini? Itamaliza nini? Ukinipea security itamaliza nini kwa nini yako? Or they're all yours, you just want them by yourself. Other people should not. I can see a lot of comments. Where? James Kichuki anasema everyday hapa nyinyi hapa ninyi huwa negative. I'll say nyinyi, not ninyi. Nyinyi huwa negative always. James Kichuki again comes and says the former deputy president can't be the one to determine who will be the next president. And then he comes again and say, Felix, tell my sister Kua that even the former deputy need to respect others, to more so the president. Yeah, I know, you should. And then he comes again and say, my sister, why would you believe Malala, yet you wouldn't believe CS Murkomen? Hapo sasa inafaa tuweke watu wote pamoja. Sawa? Tuone who is, you know, they can come with the evidences. There's evidences you can bring. Nilipiga simu ndio ilikuwa saa ngapi, I talked with this and this and this. They told me this and this and that. Yeah? He comes again and say, wapi Zulfa leo? Zulfa is not feeling well, but she'll be here soon. Hey, kipenzi chetu kiliwasili kitambo jamani, karibu sana. Welcome Gypsy. Anasema hi beautiful soul Tilda. Hi Gypsy, welcome to the show. Anasema hi Plain Sun Felix.
Hi Gypsy, hi Gypsy.
James Gichuki.
Anasema, why is it that you guys always blame the government in everything is happening to individuals? Felix, why you guys always instigate and condemn police in every angle? But anasema Tilda, wewe uko na chuki na serikali sana. Tilda, you told me that I'm a 527. I'm one of those people who is brainwashed by 527.
By the government.
Hapa James amenigeuka nasema like we, all of us. Amesahau like mimi huwa ninawapelekanga vizuri mnaniingiliaga. Anyway, James, no problem. Tilda, lazima ukuje kuelewa like serikali pia inafanya kazi. Hivyo ndio James anataka nikuambie. So, anasema Felix, why you guys always always instigate and condemn police in every angle. There was a time, bro, I was trying also to not there was a time. I always ask, what will be the problem if we can at some point work together with the police? At some point, my sisters could anyway. Hadi mtu akasema like justice for Felix because ako peke yake studio watu wanamzidi. I cannot say that we are ever against the government because that is not our work. We are not here to be against the government. For those individuals, although for those who are against the government, they have got their own reason. So, according to my point is that I myself, I'll never be against something that I don't know. I have to be against to something that I understand. So, wherever I understand something, I'll be against or not. Yeah. So, kwa nduko chini, anasema Tilda, wewe uko na chuki na serikali sana. I've always listened to you and hear what you say about the government. Always and ever negative.
Let
me ask you a very simple question. Why are you ever negative with the government?
Because sijaridhika na kazi wanadu. Yeah.
So do you really think that they have never...
And this is the only, imagine this is the only government that have ever been negative. Hizi zingine, by the way, you could talk na kuambia, by the way, hata mimi naona amefanya yeye amefanya, but hapa pia hapa amefanya hakuna kitu amedu. Sawa. You can give somebody. Sasa acha tuulizane vizuri. James Gichuki, si kwa ubaya. Welcome to the show. My name is Tilda. Thank you for noticing it. Mapema sana. I'm always negative kabisa na serikali. Sasa Ruto inafaa kuwa anafanya nini? Anafanya kazi. Ako huku nje kwa magari ana launch, anazindua miradi. What is the time kuzindua miradi? And then you will come again and tell us, sijaona, I've been here. Like I'm almost 30 years in the world. Yeah? Unakuja, unatenga, unazindua, unafanya hizo vitu zote. That is the first term that you are there.
But let me ask
and then,
wait, let me ask you. Do you really think that there is no an achievement this man who is one of the
sasa
best
achievement gani yenye utasema iko ukituachia vitu vinusu?
Si kuna housing.
Housing iko wapi? Wewe unaishi hapo kwa hiyo housing? Where is it? Tell me where is done. People are living there.
Jifunike kidogo.
Where is Sha?
Anyway.
Unajua Ruto alibuy mind za watu na uongo mwingi sana. Akafanya watu wakapiga kura.
Yes.
Wakampigia, wakampenda serikali ya vijana. If it was somebody can dream this person is going to, ama mtu anaona tu mtu anaenda kurudisha Kenya nyuma. My friend, Kenyans could not vote for him that time. But people saw development. Watu waliona tu maendeleo kwa Ruto. That's why he was elected in. That's what we saw. But actually from nowhere somebody changed. Alafu anakuja anakuambia wewe ukiwa mimi niko president nafanya venye nataka. Wewe siku utakuwa ukuje ufanye hiyo yenye unasema. And then you tell me I just follow the nini. That is disrespect to the Kenyans.
Anasema, why did I have a dream that Zulfa is vying as a representative under DCP banner. Oh.
Amen. You know, she said.
Your dream will be valid. Your dream
I'll go pray on that, your dream, so that she can work. I think we have to work that dream.
I also can see Gypsy greeting Koech, James, and Princess. Baadaye James Gichuki anasema, Tilda, please, why are you hit the president like this? Be honest kabisa. Now you understand, I say eti hakuna kitu the president has done.
Tell me, what has he done? If not just launching everywhere and there. I don't hate him. I really love him. I can't hate him because he's the one who is leading the country. How can I hate him? I love him, but I think umepata hiyo bat. Sawa? Huwezi kuja kutuzindulia miradi na unaziacha nusu. Alafu kuna zile mwingine aliacha, instead of continuing to finish that and then you come up with the others. Hivyo by the way ndio kazi inafaa kumove. At least we can see what you are doing. Lakini sasa zile bado ziko pale, zingine mnasema pesa haijatosha, zimebaki, zingine bado mnazindua. Alafu
Gypsy anasema, I don't trust Ndindi Nyoro and Babu Wino. Watch these two. They could be joining Ruto soon. Who knows? Ananicheka. James Gishuki, Felix, sorry. Don't worry, my brother. Don't worry, my brother, because at some point we really need to remind each other where possible. Who said the president must work from the office? By the way, let me ask you a very simple question. This is a very good question. Do you really think the president should work from the office daily? Does it mean that maybe he can't work even from somewhere else?
Nani amesema president inafaa work kwa office daily? President inafaa kuwa kwa office.
I think he is trying to ask about the question, the information you could share about.
Yeah, anazurura sana bwana. Anazurura sana. Yake ni too much. Yake ni too much. That's why I will say it. Kichuki, do you feel for the president? I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, anazidi jamani. Anazidi yake, yani ni too. Angekuwa tu ni ile hata akizunguka Felix, and then you see vitu anafanya by the flow. Hakuna mahali ametoka kuna tatanishi ama kuna ushawishi huko ati vitu zimeenda zikosa. Lakini sasa ameenda huko, hakuna kitu imefanya. Akitoka huko vita zimebaki huko, akienda kwingine the same way. In the office you never see him. Labda aingie tu na kikombe cha chai na atoke tena, sijui anaenda wapi ama
Alafu anasema, Gypsy anasema, Tilda is living in real life and have learned this government well. I am with Mom Tilda 100%, right? No time to sugarcoat. Let the 527 Bob sugarcoat.
Like seriously? You have to live in reality.
Like seriously? So James Gichuki, Tilda, what is the time limit for the president to be vet on the scoring card? So Gypsy is congratulating you. He's telling you, keep on vomiting the truth. Yes? I love James Gishuki anasema, Tilda, you know one thing that the prophet is not accepted in his own home. It is true. Niliona somebody I saw a very young and intelligent youth from the Sugoi community there. The Sugoi village. Is it a village or a community? But no, it is not a community, it's a village, yes?
I think it's a village.
It is a village, yes? This guy could say that I'm coming from the same ward with the president, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
So I can agree with you, Tilda, I can agree with you, James, but what are we going to work with? Koech Brian anasema, hence Kenya's stagnation stems from regressive rhetoric by leaders, suggesting lawlessness in the absence of police is not only misguided but deflection of responsibility. Yes, and that is the truth, by the way. Is that not the truth? It is the truth. Now, my people, coming back to the point that we were trying to talk about, there's rumors, because I have no evidence and I don't like working with the rumors, but there's rumors saying that these people reported. And here we have seen Murkomen saying that they were not informed.
Not even informed.
They were not informed.
Even he didn't know that somebody was launching a party.
Yes, even he didn't know that there is somebody who was launching a party.
Inabamba tu.
James Gishuki, do you really agree with me that CS Murkomen didn't know whether there was a party to be launched? Do you agree with me? And if yes, you agree with me, do you really think Kipchumba Murkomen doesn't access the internet?
Hata si ku access internet. I watch TV to TV. I watch zile news za saa 1 na saa 3 ama saa 7 mchana. Hata vitu zingine unaona there's somebody who will be launching a party somewhere. Hata wewe mwenyewe inafaa mpigie simu. Do you have security? Have you called the security? Have you spoken this thing to somebody? Hata mwenyewe inafaa, you are the one now even to provide. Sio you ati wewe unangoja tu kujiwa hapo kwani wewe ni ugali. Ai? Ati unakujiwa tu hapo. Chukuliwe ndio upelekwe pale. No. My friend, hiyo kitu unajua. Hata, by the way, my friend, angalieni hiyo video vizuri ya Murkomen. You will know when he's lying. Anaongea na uoga. Why? Because he's being asked questions. Mbona hii ina happen again? And you said it will not happen again. The time he went to a church and given a chance to speak to the people. Once got there and started attacking people. They were there, pregnant mothers, small kids, all men and women. Watu mpaka hata wanaogopa. What's that? A promise should be a promise. And security is needed to everyone. Everyone. As you didn't know. You didn't know what? My friend. Hii kitu kuanzia lini mpaka mtu anakumbuka inalonjiwa leo? Acha tungoje tuone ni saa ngapi. Kidogo kidogo naingia mtandao unaona ndio hiyo washaanza kupanga. Hey man, you should be serious and stop lying. Stop lying. We are not kids anymore.
Yes.
Yeah? We are working with our minds. We can watch and see you are lying. Kabisa unadanganya hadharani. Wewe askari wangapi wako nyuma yako? Ama hao haya sasa wewe toka uende na hao kuja waseme hatukujua akitoka.
Yes.
What will happen? Yes. Nini ita happen?
Yes.
Murkomen ametoka hana security. Nani watakuwa blamed? Askari alitoka aje? Mbona hamkumfuata? Mbona ama kitu imhapenie huko? You will see the police and watu wanakuwa.
This is what I want to understand. There was a gun there. How fast did these police officers arrive there? Yes? And if truly they managed to be there on time, congratulations to the police then. Because many people could get injured. And at some time, some of the injuries could be raised there that could not be managed before saving life, meaning we could lose lives there. And we don't want that. Sasa, unajua like kitu yenye ninaweza taka hawa watu waelewe ni moja. Kenya ni moja na Kenya ni yetu sisi wote. You understand? Kenya ni yetu na Kenya ni yetu sisi wote. The moment we can use our own advantage to exploit others in a very negative way, I'm very sure that will be the moment tunaanza kuua nchi yetu sisi kwa sisi. James Gishuki anasema Felix, the CS is to be informed by the intelligence in the security agency. And I agree with you, he may have been preview. Yeah, sure, James. Sorry. Yeah, sure, James. And I believe that is the point. That is the point. Gypsy anasema maybe CS Murkomen meant that the launch was not reported officially, but word of mouth.
It was not did what? Was not did what na alitangaza kitambo akasema
Maybe hata nikusomee. Let me borrow. Yes? Are you married?
No.
Okay. Kidogo nianze kusema tena Zulfa ameingia ndani yako. Because Zulfa akiwa kwa studio sijaipata amani mimi.
I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at Murkomen because Gachagua alisema vizuri, I'll be launching my party on 15th May. Ilikuwa sijui mwezi wa 3 huko, mwezi wa ngapi huko. Amekuja akisema up to the date and you're still where? Continue.
Gypsy amesema hivi, maybe CS Murkomen meant that the launch was not reported officially by word of mouth. Maybe. James Kishuki, unaona sasa vile unanilera ambia hadi Gypsy ananicheka. Gypsy is laughing at me because you intended to bring Zulfa's aspects in you. Felix, between the CS and the party launcher, who was to seek for security? Yes. Now that is the question. But now, let me also ask James Kishuki a question. Did we see a police officer there? Wakati wa hiyo chaos. Unaona? Alifika aje hapo hivyo mapema.
Mbio hivyo.
Hivyo mbio. What if maybe we come to realize that they made they could report to yule mtu mwenye anasimamia police kwa nini anaitwa aje?
Inspector General.
No. Si huyo. Yule mwingine mwenye anasimamia kwa mfano Nairobi hapo hivyo, county hapo hivyo naitwa aje? That person who could be controlling the police services. OSPD. I'm talking about OSPD. What if maybe he could report to the OSPD before they could conduct that and they were given a mandate to do that, but the OSPD never reported to the CS?
Wacha nikwambia. No, I don't like shouting, but today I feel pia nimeshout. Nikishout huwa nasikia. It's like my heart is beating faster. But let me just cool down. Hivi vitu inaweza kuwa nini? Hii ni blackmail. Unasikia? Haya. Sasa nimesikia chamba inakuwa launch somewhere. There is something's going to happen. Unajua hawa watu si wajinga. Hawa watu ni that's very clever, very genius. Wanaona kitu ina happen. Blame itakuja kwa nani? Blame itakuja kwa sisi. Sawa? Fanya hivi. Chukua askari wangapi? Watume huko mbio. Waende. Askari si wataenda mbio waende ati walikuwa hawako hapo wamekuja. Ni wenyewe wanatuma tu kuna kitu inafanyika mahali niendeni, lakini sasa tutassume tu hapa hatujui. Hapa hatujui nini ilikuwa ina happen. Na mimi hata wakinikamia nita explain hivi na hivi. These things are being planned. Unajua saa zingine let's not assume that these people they didn't know. Ama let's not assume ati ilifanyika tu hivyo. Haiwezi fanyika tu hivyo. My friend, remember it was a promise, You promised not to let people get hurt because of just one person.
True.
Gachagua alikuwa wapi? Church. Imagine a church, a holy place. He was attacked. Ukiangalia the place he went to launch his own party. It was a group of young men who were there. Ati wanajaribu kuzuia gari isipite. Kwani walitokea wapi hao watu? Wako kabisa mbele ya gari. Hata by the way Gachagua to get into the car, it was so hard. Mpaka watu wakingwa ati what's wrong with people?
Yes.
What's wrong with the security?
Brian Koech anasema at times it is entirely unnecessary. A simple alert sends them into disarray, rushing to the armory, arming themselves with every weapon imaginable. There is no doubt. There is no thought, only reflex, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Wallahi. By the nani Brian anasema ukweli. I agree with Coach Brian. James anasema, Tilda, are you saying that the CS knew that goons will invade the meeting? Are you sure about that?
Very sure.
You are very sure?
Very sure. Why do I say very sure? Askari walikuwa hapo walifika aje?
Very sure.
Walifika aje?
Very sure.
Walifika aje? And they knew huyo mtu anafuatwa tu na goons. Mbona tu ni goons? Kwani hao goons wako tu hapo wanangoja tu Gachagua. Wako tu hapo wanangoja tu Gachagua. Time tu Gachagua anaenda mahali, those goons are just ever ready. And you know. Mnajua vizuri mtu anafuatwa na goons. Mbona hamkumpea security mapema? This thing, by the way, I can't leave it today here.
But amesema watu wenye walienda kuleta hiyo shida hapo hivyo si hata goons, ni watu wenye walikuwa wamepromisiwa kulipa, sijui ni kazi gani wangefanya hawakulipa, so walikuwa na they were demanding for their money.
Of course ukienda pale na ulete vurugu wewe ni goon. It doesn't matter who you are. Wewe ni goon. Mbona unaenda kuleta vita? Unajua ukishaleta vita mahali kuna wenye kuna mwenye atatoka hapa amevunjika mguu, mkono, kuna mwenye atakuwa amegongwa macho, kuna mwenye atakuwa anatoka damu. Why do you allow this to happen?
Anthony Mahinge. Welcome Anthony Mahinge. Anauliza, security should be there all the time. Who owns the criminals or who sponsors them?
Okay.
Security.
Unasema tu mimi.
Anthony, you are saying security should be there all the time, and you are questioning who owns the criminals or who sponsors them. But we have seen CS Murkomen say that the security was not informed. Gypsy anasema, you mingle with a thief, you become a thief. Answering why Tilda is shouting today.
you know today I'm just me. I and Felix. That's why if I hear him talking badly about Zulfa, I'll become mad. Zulfa is the best in all.
Zulfa is ever chaotic to me mostly. I cannot even try to speak any point. I'm trying to give you the reason behind something. She could judge me that I belong to 1920s. I could give out
you have to remember that she left you there because you don't want to travel from that place to this place.
Okay.
You want to just be in the past. You don't want to be in the future.
It's okay. I agree with you. It's okay though. So Gypsy saying, you mingle with a thief, you became a thief. Answering why Tilda is shouting today, Felix.
By then I never liked shouting. I used to shout back in primary and high school because I used to play football. So that's the place I used to shout. And when I get to some point, I find my voice, when I shout a lot, my voice is not working.
Spare my ribs, Gypsy.
And my chest will
spare my ribs.
beat too fast. So
spare my ribs, Gypsy.
When you see me shouting and then at the time I relax, you have to know that my heart is beating too fast.
Tilda, let me tell you the truth. At some point, I really like the way you are determined to speak your mind. Yes, that is good. But here, James is now addressing you. He is saying Tilda is not objective but subjective. Please, can you convince James Gishuki that you are trying to speak your mind? Please, come up.
You know, James Gishuki. Nakwambia tumeenda na wewe kimtaratara. And I love that. Mimi nilikuwa napenda mtandala. Itaniuma. Even I'll cry and I know it's the truth, but I'll cry and say and start saying that is a lie, but I know it's the truth. I will cry. Nikwambia Aki manze, by the way, hiyo ni uongo. Aki mimi sikuwa ifanya hivyo. That all thing. I stand with the facts. I make sure that things naenda hivi. Hakuna kitu ati tuseme. But then Miss Ayuki niambia ni kushow kitu prezo amefanya, I can't show you because I can't see.
So you want to admit that you are not subjective?
No.
You are not subjective?
I'm not.
Completely not subjective? And you deny that completely?
Yes.
Wallahi, Zulfa ameenda wapi leo? Gai. Anyway.
Zulfa could be shouting, but Zulfa, atakuwa sawa. She's not feeling well, guys. But she'll be okay. She'll come.
Okay.
She's under medication now.
Yeah, sure, she'll be okay.
But she'll be okay.
Yes, we believe. If maybe, at some point, these things do happen, not because we agree with the results, but it is normal at some point. So, shortly after Gachagua and senior party officials left the venue, the situation quickly deteriorated. Huh? Panic ensued as attendees scrambled for safety, with some sustaining injuries and the stampede. Journalists present were not spared, with several reporting harassment and intimidation. Murkomen confirmed that investigations had been launched, but hinted that the commotion may have stemmed from within Gachagua's own ranks. Sasa.
I beg your pardon?
You want me to read this statement again?
Read again.
Panic ensued as attendees scrambled for safety, with some sustaining injuries amid the stampede. Journalists present were not spared. So any journalist who could raise the camera there, who was trying to do work was not spared, with several reporting harassment and intimidation. So Murkomen confirmed that that investigations had been launched, but hinted that the commotion may have stemmed from within Gachagua's own ranks.
Yes, I saw. But the journalists walikuwa wanasumbuka. Mtu hata anainua hivi kama. And you know why? Mbona walikuwa wanafanya hivyo? Mbona mlikuwa mnataka kujua guns ni akina nani? Kwanza wataki kuonekana uso wao ni akina nani. Even if you are telling us ati mnafanya nini hapo mjue ni nani. Ati walikuwa akina nani au walikuwa wanakuja wanafanya hiyo. Na hata kamera by the time inaenda kucapture huyo mtu, watu washa kugonga hivi, kamera iwezi shika, iwezi catch hapa kitu yoyote. Yeah? Kila mtu by the way alikuwa tu pale confused. What is happening? What's going on? You know, sometimes, Felix, why do I always not involve police in my issues? Me hata nione issue imefika, there's a time that tulikuwa with a very bad fight with somebody, a very bad fight. Ati wanapigia polisi. You know what I told them? Au polisi mtawapigia leo, kesho kutwa, mtondogo, hawatawahi fika. Sawa? Hata muende muandike B3, hata muandike nini. They will never respond. They thought it's a joke. And they said that mimi najuana na mimi hakuna polisi hata najua. Hata polisi apite mbele yangu mimi is not that much easy ni msalimia ati. Najua how what they do what they think they can do. There's a time sasa tukaita polisi ati there's some issue nini, wanakuambia enda uandike statements sijui nini. You do those all things. Nakwambia utaiona polisi. Kesi yako inaishia tu hapo. They never react on some reasonable issues. Lakini unaweza wana wameenda kureact kwa vitu vingine mpaka unashangaa sasa hawa. Ama wanakuja after something has already happened. Like in my village, you know, kuna wezi sana. Aya, utashika mwizi uite polisi anakuambia huyu ungeua tu ndio uniite. Sasa mimi nampeleka wapi? Nampeleka tu pale jela, akae wiki moja tena arudi nyumbani tena waanze kuaibia. Mimi mkiniita, mkue mshamalizana na yeye. Mimi nikubeba tu maiti. That's a police telling you. Utafanya nini? Sasa hiyo ni sheria mkononi. Ushapewa sheria mkononi. Huyo mtu akicheza na wewe hata kama ni kuchinja, alafu uniite. I just come and pick the body, I take to the mortuary. Sometimes I always say police are not serious. Police doesn't even, sijui kama mnaelewanga kazi inafaa mfanye. I can call you and tell you there is an emergency in my house, there's something going down. Watu wameshika mapanga, wameshika visu. Lakini unaniambia kuja kwa station. Napita wapi na hata labda nyumba yenyewe imefungwa na makufuli na viti na imeongezwa viti na mameza kila kitu. Labda niko inside that house and I'm calling you, there is an emergency. You have to know what is the meaning of emergency. So haya mnafanya nini? Hata sasa tunajua ya Were ilishatupwa huko, imewekwa kando. Haya ya Gachagua ya last time ilienda hivyo. Hata mko haijua who are those who are trying to come to kusumbua hapo kwa church. Sasa amekuwa na hii. You are trying to look and then itanyamaza hivyo, hata hamtaijua wale gunzi walienda kuattack Gachagua walikuwa kina nani. You will never know. And this is not the first or the second or the third or the fourth. Imekuwa ni kama mazoea. These people just, and I'm really sure there is somebody who is sending these people to Gachagua. Na mtakuja sikia siku moja. And you will tell me one day, by the way, Tilda, you used to say, and now we have known who did this, who was doing this. Mbona tu Gachagua, mbona tu si wengine? Gachagua ndiye anafuata tu na goons. And it's not the first or the second or the third or the fourth. Ni vitu tu zinafuatana.
James anasema, James is saying, I don't say that you shouldn't point the mistake on government side, Tilda, but be neutral since you are leading the nation as a presenter.
Nice one.
Anyway,
you are neutral.
Gypsy anasema, I wish Zulfa a really quick recovery. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We also want her back as soon as possible. So James Kishuki bana anasema Tilda ako zile za you tell her this is a cup but she only sees a mug. That's why she is objective rather than she's objective
rather than objective.
Rather than objective. I think he was trying to say that rather than subjective.
Lakini wacha nikwambie James Kishuki, let the truth be told. Wewe niambie ni president amefanya nini? Anafanya
hizo bana ameleta ameleta
inafanya
watu wanasema ameleta house.
Unajua wacha kutuambia inafanya kwa watu wengine, kwa watu wengine ifanye. My friends, inafaa ifanye kwa kila mtu.
Is the first person to appoint some CSS from minority communities. Yes. Na sasa ameleta hadi Mturukana wenye wako anajulikana kama wanaweza fanya nini ndio akwe nini wa IBC. Yes.
Tuletea hapa watu.
Oria wameanza yesterday I saw a certain individual from
Bagua ati huyu ni mkale kama wewe lazima wakuwe sawa, they should not complain. But I thank God we are complaining. We are against you. Yeah? Yani all is it 47 counties. Kila mtu analia tu. Ruto. But then those who James, I know you are side, uko side ya preso, sawa? Uko hiyo side. You are few. Very few.
But, James anasema Kenya is a third world country, Tilda, so bado hatujafika hapo pa emergency response.
Wacha.
But James, let me remind you this. Even if we are a third world country, it never meant that now security agencies and in fact the security department of the government wakose kudeliver vizuri vile inafaa. Unaelewa? So are we going maybe to have a very weak security because we are a third world country? Bro, we are a third world country when it comes to matters like maybe having having those big projects, for example an electric trains zile zenye ziko so expensive kama za huko China. Achana hizi electric trains zenye mnatishiwa nazo hapa kama za Ghana sijui za Tanzania hiyo. Achana bro. Hiyo hata ni wakiamua kuweka electric train siwezi tamani weke vitu kama hizo. Unaona vitu zingine kubwa kubwa. In fact those developmental projects zenye when it comes to those expensive developmental plans that we cannot afford. James nilikuwa narudia kunikisema hivi, there was a little bit technical error somewhere that the technician was working on. I was trying to say this. Yes, of course, we are a third world country. But truly, my brother, we won't be a third world country when it comes to service delivery. For example, the police to offer services, the police to do what? To run their services in a good way. And at some point, other things concerning political issues here. But when it comes to developmental aspects and other issues concerning big projects that are a little bit expensive, that are not easily affordable, then that will be the moment we will like, maybe we would like at least to remind ourselves that we are a third world country and we cannot afford this. So Gypsy anasema, no, James, Kenya has evolved from third world. Hey, Kenya is a developing country.
Yes. Ukituambia haijafika hapo, is our leaders who are not even working now. The leaders are the ones who are failing us.
I'm talking about responding immediately ASAP. I used to have the same mentality you guys have now. Not until I left the country, then my mind was opened and I saw things in different perspective. That is good of you. And I really appreciate that. But bro, yeah, of course, at some point you might have that little bit knowledge about whatever you are trying to talk about, but yeah, we really need to accept that we are still behind other countries, for example, USA and the prominent countries like Japan, China, and other, yeah. But we really need to understand that there is something we have to work on for us to make a step forward. Why are we allowing petty things to start distracting us? That somebody is complaining that no security.
I think you know, I've come to realize that government ya Ruto imekuwa so lazy kwa mambo ya security. So lazy. Security, on the Department of Security, you are so lazy. Because kama kitu ingekuwa inafanyika and then you act on it, you work on it, ikuje ikuwe sawa. We could not be complaining. Hata afadhali unajua, oh, ifanye. We had here a guest. Her name was Lona. She said she went to a public hospital. Here. Somewhere in Kitengela. A public. Hata saa hiyo mnafaa muachie private zianze complain shaifanyi huko. Lakini public. And then you tell us, President, unajua, wacha tuseme, yes, kuna ule anaona kuna kazi amefanya, kuna ile amefanya at least, maybe, kuna ile amefanya. You know, for me, I always look the most important thing. Mimi, but this spending niende OC, mimi I can pay for myself. I can, siwezi enda OC mgonjwa, na nitoke huko sijatibiwa. Nita make sure nimetibiwa. Sawa? Lakini nimeenda OC pale, napata an old woman, an old man. Ampanga laini ingine, laini hata sijui umeenda sijui saa 2 lakini utatoka huko saa 2 jioni. And is an old woman atishaifanyi. Inafaa sijui ufanye hivi uzungushe. Unazungusha mtu east, west, south, north, up and down. Ana hata nguvu, ana hata time ya kwenda kununua chakula kule juu bado anapanga laini. Akitoka kwa hiyo laini kuna mwingine ataingia hapo. And why did you, mbona ulitoa NHIF kama haijaingia kwa system, haijafanya kazi? Ungeachia watu NHIF ifanye kazi. Kama bado unatengeneza, unatafuta data za SHA hiyo vitu zako. Yeah? You can't just come, ni kama unaniambia, Tilda, this dress of yours, is not smart. Remove it. So I stay naked. Yeah, I stay naked now because this dress of mine is not good. You have to give me another dress to tell me remove this one and take this one.
With a clear reason. With a clear reason. Why did you forget a clear reason of saying that?
It's because but they may rhyme too.
Yeah, a clear reason behind the
si umetoa sha.
Yes.
Hiyo ni dress yangu nimetoa. Nini NHF umetoa NHF, si ndio? That's my dress nimetoa. Ujanipea dress ya kuvaa. Umenipea lakini sasa dress yenyewe fit. Sitoshei. Nitafanya nini? Sinabaki naked. Sasa siwezi vaa ile nyingine nimeitupa. Nitabaki naked. Vitu zingine bana kaeni chini hata mfikirie na nyinyi. Kuna vitu zenye mtu hata inafaa kae chini ya reason akifanya. You just don't wake up and tell me NHF imetolewa, SHA inaingia kwa system. I'm paying for SHA. SHA is not working, but it's receiving the money. It's receiving my money every month, but it's not working. Gaja kutupima bangi atuvutangi. Atuvuti. You should be so serious on something.
Why are you why are you taking this issue so personal though? Are you in your own world? Are you in your own world?
You know, by the way, things like SHA,
yes,
was inaniumiza. But then there's a time I went to the hospital with my grandfather. Alikuwa natumia NHF before hii kitu ichenjiwe kwa itwe shashi hiyo. Shashi sijui hata ninamaanishanga nini mimi sijui. Aya tumeenda naambiwa NHF ifanyi transfer to SHA. You do it there. You transfer it. Alafu huko umepanga laini but it's doing nothing. I'm paying for it but it's not working for me. Why can't you? It's not working but it's receiving the money. Why can't you receive stop receiving the money and wait SHA to work so that you can continue receiving the money? You can't receive. Mbona ikubali tu kuchukua pesa na ikubali kutoa pesa?
James anasema a child is not a child is born today and is not expected to walk by tomorrow. That is true.
A child is a child. A government is a government.
Wait. Tilda, sasa una lose respect. Be respectful kwa president hata kama you don't believe in his ideologies.
Sijam disrespect. Namuongelesha ukweli by the way.
Okay, by using these examples of a child, I believe James Gichuki is trying to pass this message. When there is something or when there is a program that should be maybe started, yes? When there is a program, maybe when there is a program which should be started, it might not work immediately as may be expected because there are some of the inconveniences that could come there. Remember, even in physics and mathematics, we could work with a negative 0.5 error or a positive 0.5 error, meaning this issue is not going to work as expected immediately. So he is trying to say that when this program has started today, it doesn't mean that it will be perfectly today or tomorrow. But at some point, it is going to be effective.
James, you gonna SHA? Inafanya. Is it working? Respond. And let me tell you.
Wait. Sorry, you are going to go to speak. James Conner is saying, if Tilda is losing respect because of telling the truth, let it be. Tilda, the truthful lady. Coach Brian, James, true. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't set expectations or encourage progress. Losing that logic too loosely can become an excuse for inaction or, by the way, Brian, vile anataipu hii mambo yake.
This is the person that sits down and digest fast Yeah, bring a point.
Brian Koech atakam.
Aya, James, acha nikwambie.
English yenyewe ni ile iko complicated bwana.
It's not complicated.
Yeah,
Brian, I told you, use that big English. You know, for me, it doesn't know big English, but today, since you came, by then these big words, I'm using them actually, the way it's supposed. Na inafaa, you have to teach me this big English. Now it can take me far. This big English, it's so good. James, let me tell you, a child is a child. If a child is being born today, you don't expect her or him to walk tomorrow. That's very true. This is a government. When he was later hizi vitu zote, why can't you finish one, make sure the one is unajua by the way hata ukimaliza moja iko sawa, iko perfect, hiyo ni mtihani imepita. Bring another one, make it, you work on it as fast as it can. Yeah? Wewe ni mtu mzima, ukikuja hapo ulijua ni kazi gani unakuja kufanya.
Anyway, thank you so much, guys. That was Tilda. Kiamua kukua emotional, hivyo ndiyo behave. And I really appreciate you guys for joining us. Due to some of the issues that maybe the producer is requesting to work for, I want to request you guys to join us by 12. So that at least we can continue with the discussion. By now, I want to thank you, Gypsy. Thank you, James. Thank you, Brian Koech. Thank you, all those viewers when you met to join Leo, and those who could maybe watch us silently without commenting. By now, I want to request you guys to bear with us, tukutane by saa sita. So, Tilda, I wish you could say something shortly before we wrap up.
Hi, James, welcome again. Kuna show ingine ya pili na kuna pia ya tatu. Hey! Welcome na karibu kabisa. By then nimependa your vibe. Koech Brian, napenda your vibe. Gyps Corner, I love your vibe. Welcome another time. Saa sita tutakuwa hapa pamoja na Felix. My name is Tilda. Ndani ya nyumba. See you when you see us. Bye. Love
Thank you so much, James and Gypsy and Brian. I never feel if the show will ever have a vibe car. Siwezi ona vibe car hii. This vibe is very strong and I never expected that it could be like that. I really appreciate you guys and I wish that we be together in spirit until the day maybe God will allow us to be together in physically, yes. But by now, much love from Felix. All the best, guys. May God bless you. Have a blessed and good time. Bye.